February is all about love, but it's also American Heart Month. Turns out that spoiling your sweetheart could be good for your heart health as well as your relationship.
Chocolate in general, in moderation, is okay, but chocolate is high in refined sugars and high in calories. So that's where the risk comes from chocolate. If it increases your calorie intake, it will increase your heart disease risk. But chocolate in moderation is okay. And in fact, dark chocolate may have some antioxidant properties that may be beneficial for the heart when in moderation. The evidence is probably even stronger for red wine having some beneficial effects for the heart, again, when used in moderation. We don't recommend any more than one alcoholic drink per day for women, 2 for men. Red wine has tannins in it, and we think that some of the chemical in there called resveratrol may have, again, some antioxidants, some beneficial effects for the blood vessels and the heart. So in moderation, alcohol, particularly I believe red wine, can have beneficial effects for the heart.
Joining me now is Dr. Brian Bostic, a cardiologist here at MU Healthcare. You mentioned that chocolate and wine have antioxidants. Explain what those are.
Antioxidants are chemicals found in foods like dark chocolate, like red wine, that will help to relax blood vessels. They help to ease stress on the heart, and regular consumption in moderation can really help to lower your risk for a heart attack or a stroke.
Is there a heart-healthy diet per se? What is a part of that?
When we talk about the heart-healthy diet, we talk about choices, actually, more than limiting yourself. We want you to choose more fresh fruits and vegetables, more proteins that are lower in cholesterol, lower in fat. We want to stay away from highly processed foods that have a lot of refined sugars, a lot of sodium, because they can really add to your calories. We tell people to try to shop at the outer parts of the store where the fresh produce and the fresh meats are at.
What about family history? How important is that in your heart health?
Family history is an important one. When you come to MU Healthcare, we really look at everything that contributes to your heart disease risk, and we want to know about family history so we can know how aggressive we need to be with your other risk factors.
And smoking, of course, is a risk factor.
Oh, definitely. Maybe the biggest risk factor we see, and one that we really are trying to get anybody that can stop smoking. I always tell them that's maybe the best thing you can do for your heart, to stop smoking.
Hard to do on your own. What kinds of help are there?
It is hard. So we've got a lot of new medications. We've got new therapies and counselors and different strategies that we can get where we can find a way to help you stop smoking.
Great. Thank you very much. We have to take care of our heart. We only get one of them.
That's right.
Thanks.
Thank you.
This week is dedicated to drawing awareness to congenital heart defects.
We are going to head over to Lexi Petrovich, who joins us live from Whaley's Pharmacy with more. Good morning, Lexi.
Good morning, Dick and Elizabeth. That's right. We're talking all about babies this week and Congenital Heart Defect Week. And here is Kim with the American Heart Association to share with us the importance and the significance of talking about this week. So, Kim, let's just talk about what this is and why you guys are doing it and drawing awareness.
Absolutely. So a congenital heart defect is when there's something wrong with a baby's heart when they're born. So this can range from, minor defects to something major where the baby would have to have surgery right away. So we really take this week to take a pause and think about our littlest heart survivors. And this year at the Heart Ball, we actually have a survivor who is had a congenital heart defect when she was a baby. So it's a very fun topic. We love to talk about babies and just bring awareness. We know that 1% of all babies born in the U.S. have a congenital heart defect, so we know it's a really big problem for a lot of families.
Absolutely, and this is definitely something to be talked about. And we're at Whaley's. Let's talk about why we chose to come here this morning.
Well, Whaley's has a fun new program for parents where they teach parents what they need to know. And so right now, we're talking about infant CPR. So we just thought it just fits so well with this week and focusing on babies. So later on, we're going to be talking more about infant CPR too.
Definitely. We have a lot more exciting stuff coming up. And as far as why you've been doing this, you said about 20 years. Why is this something that every year you continue to draw awareness to it?
Well, we know that it's a hard thing when you're a new parent, and having a baby with when there's something wrong with their heart, it can be a very scary time. So the Heart Association, we try to be a place that people can go to find information and to really find a support group when they are experiencing something like this. So we just want to make sure that people know that we're here and that we're a resource for anybody out there.
Definitely, and we'll have all those resources listed on our website later on today, but we have lots more coming up, so stick with us. For now, we'll send it back to you in the studio.
The
Continuing coverage, a lawyer for Ashland Police Chief Lynn Wolford says his client is contesting his placement on being put on paid administrative leave. Attorney Matt Urick left open the possibility of filing a lawsuit against the city. KRCG 13's Mark Slavitt has more from Ashland City Hall.
Attorney Matt Urick is not saying why Ashland Police Chief Lynn Wolford is contesting his placement on paid administrative leave. Urick is saying his client is weighing all options. Wolford is not commenting on the specific allegations against him. Community members know Wolford for wearing funny hats and for having the title of last year's America's Favorite Crossing Guard. Wolford has been Ashland Police Chief since 2003. His attorney says Wolford has committed no crimes. I asked City Administrator Tony St. Romain why city officials are disciplining their police chief.
Can't tell you the reasons why that happened. I think people recognize that all employees have the right to privacy, and they're offered certainly different legal protections to make sure that we can't talk about this until we have a thorough review done of the facts.
St. Romain says there are no complaints about Wolford from city staff or members of the community. Mayor Gene Rohrer made the decision to put Wolford on leave. Rohrer is leading an investigation into any wrongdoing. Rohrer plans to give the results of the investigation to members of the city's Board of Aldermen. I asked Rohrer, what exactly are the accusations facing Wolford?
It's very precarious when we deal with personnel that we be very specific with the information. So if any offense was actually made, no, we wouldn't go into that at this time.
Ashland City officials are asking Deputy Police Chief Terry Tolson to serve as interim police chief during Wolford's absence. Tolson's new duties will become official during the next Board of Aldermen meeting on Tuesday night. Reporting from Ashland City Hall, Mark Slavitt, KRCG 13.